Hello friends, welcome back. Today I am going to teach you a new topic from Science Class 9 CBSE. Tissue. Tissue means what? What is meant by tissue? Tissue is nothing but it is a group of cells which is similar in structure, function and many other things. It's a group of cells. Already you have learned what is meant by cell. Cell is the fundamental unit of life. And what are its type? What are its components? What is its structure? And tissue? Tissue is the combination of such similar cells. So here, a group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function in a body is called cells. Likewise, tissues from anybody, anything. Tissues of animal, tissues of plant. So it's a group of cells that are similar in structure and they perform a function together in the body of organism. That is called tissue. Then there are different types of tissues. Plant tissues and animal tissues. Plant tissues are a group of cells that are specialized to perform specific function in the plant body. Animal tissues. Animal tissues are a group of cells that are specialized to perform specific function in the animal body. Means whatever if a group of cells, that is tissues, are present in the plant body, they are called plant tissues. If they are present in the animal body, they are called the animal tissues. Plant tissues, they are in the stationary form. Stationary. And in animal tissues, they are locomotive form. Now, what is meant by stationary? Stationary phase means steady phase. Likewise, the stationary shock. Why it is called stationary shock? Because it is having everything. Every stationary, it is having what we need. What anybody need. Plant cannot move from place to place. That's why they are in stationary phase. And locomotive phase means the moving phase. Moving. These tissues are in moving form. Plant tissues consist of both living and non-living things. We can say biotic and abiotic. But animal tissues consist only living things. Plant tissues require less energy and animal tissues require more energy. Why? Because animal are the producers and plants are the producers and animals are consumers. We have learned in food chain, animals like organisms like herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. We have learnt already. So based on that, you can write here plant tissues require less energy and animal tissues require more energy because they are in locomotive form, in moving form. Locomotive means moving. So the compartment or the component of train is also called a locomotive. Locomotive means moving. Stationary means stable, standing at one place. Now, plant tissues are capable of producing their own food by photosynthesis. Animal possesses heterotrophic modes of nutrition and require food from the outside. That's why plant tissues require less energy and animal tissues require more energy to survive. Plant tissues possesses an unlimited growth, but animal tissues possesses limited growth. Plant tissues are capable of differentiating from one tissue to another, but animal tissues incapable of differentiating from one tissue to another. Plant tissues provide mechanical support. Animal tissue require support locomotion. Plant tissues are divided into three types: epidermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. We will see later what is their definition, what is their meaning, what is their structure. And animal tissues are divided into four types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nerve tissue, based on their function, that we'll see in the next part. Now, classification of plant tissues. Before that, epidermal means the cells formed from the outermost surface of the leaves. The cells that are formed from the outermost surface of the leaves. Then vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, it involves in transporting fluid and nutrient internally. Vessels, in the form of vessels. And ground tissue. Ground tissue involved in producing nutrients by photosynthesis and preserve nutrients. Preserve nutrients. Now, animal tissues. Animal tissues, epithelial tissue. They are formed by cells which cover the external parts of the body organ and lines the organ surface, such as the surface of skin, the reproductive tract, the airways, and the inner lining of digestive tract. So these are the epithelial tissues. Then connective tissue. Connective tissues are the group of tissues made up of cells separated by non-living material called as an extracellular matrix. This tissue provides shape to the different groups or different organs and maintain their position. Example: blood, bone, tendon, ligament. Now there are three types of connective tissue. They are just the connections between the different tissues. So fluid connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue, and skeletal connective tissue. Then muscle tissue. As you know, the name itself, they are involved in producing force and generating motion, either for the locomotion or for the body movement within internal organ. And nerve tissue, they are tissues from the nervous system. And they are the main components of brain and spinal cord. Brain, as you know, spinal cord in the central nervous system. What is central nervous system? That we'll see later on. Now, classification of plant tissues.